What's up, everybody? Today I have an NU battle. This one is against Fem69 bot from the Wi-Fi Battle Finder, and looking at his team, I'm like, Piloswine is gonna do awesome this battle. As long as I don't get taken out by Simipore, I can pretty much, well, I mean, Slacking's threatening too, but otherwise, I can pretty much kill like half his team with Piloswine alone. So I'm gonna lead with Piloswine. Figure get up rocks. He's probably gonna lead with Probopass anyways. Maybe Jump Bluff. But I'm not really worried about Jump Bluff because I have Ice Shards. So yeah, go for Piloswine. He's going to go for his Probopass. I'm going to go for Rocks. And he's going to either simply predict me to go for Stealth Rocks or predict me to go for the Icicle Crash, predicting him to switch out to a Flying type on the Earthquake. I think it was the first one because the second one would be pretty ballsy, especially on the first turn. But anyways, I'm just gonna go to a Alomomola, and this is why I hate Alomomola. It is so hard to kill. That's a freaking stab Hydro Pump. Yes, it's resisted, but Alomomola's special defense is 40, and that does a lot. So, anyways, I'm gonna Scald on the switch to Yamask, and that's going to burn him. And then I'm gonna go for the Protect. I'm pretty confident he's gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp. He does, so that's great. I'm gonna switch out to Magmortar because Will-O-Wisp can't burn a Fire type. And that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to not be able to burn me, and that's fine. I'm Scarfed, unfortunately. I really wish this was my mixed Focus Punching set, because that would have been awesome in this situation, but it's my Scarf one, so I go for the Fire Blast, because, if he stays in and I go for Focus Blast, it does nothing. So, it still does a nice chunk to Probopass. It's like 30-ish%. But I'm going to switch out here and go into my Piloswine, because he probably has, like, Earth Power, Thunder Wave, Stealth Rocks, and Pain Split, and neither of those really do a whole lot to Piloswine. I mean, Pain Split would probably be the best option. But I'm going to go for the Icicle Crash because last time he went to Simipore, so this time I figure he's going to go to one of his two flying types, but he doesn't. And Earthquake would have done a whole hell of a lot more damage than that. More than double because it's A, stronger, and B, not resisted. But, that's okay. So I'm going to go to my Alomomola once again, and that Hydro Pump does a lot. So I'm like, is this thing specs? I think it is. So he's going to switch out and go into Jump Bluff. I'm going to go for the Scald once again, and I'm actually going to get another burn, which is pretty unfortunate for him, but in the end, not a huge deal. I mean, it's a Jump Bluff, so they're like Sub-Seeders, which, again, burn helps him not be able to sustain, but I'm going to go into Leafeon anyways, and he can't do anything to Leafeon. So he's going to put me to sleep, which is unfortunate. I thought he was going to go for the Leech Seed, but he puts me to sleep. And again, like Sub-Seed and Sleep Powder, yeah, they don't do anything to Leafeon, really. I mean, he can probably U-turn or Encore, but again, Leafeon just walls that crap all day long as soon as he wakes up. So he's going to switch out to Swellow, thinking he can threaten me as I stand to burn sleep turns, but I'm actually going to switch out to Granbull, just because if he does have U-turn, that's going to weaken his attack, and he's going to be able to take that. And I can get off a Heal Bell, perhaps. But he's going to go to Swallow, and I figure go for the Crunch, because that's going to hit Swallow really hard if he does want to stay in and go for the Facade. And it's also going to hit his Yamask if he switches in on the fairly obvious normal type move, but that is a Super Fang, so I wouldn't have went for that on a Swallow, because Crunch will do at least that much, most likely. So, yeah, he's going to switch to Slacking here, because he's actually got Mummy King going on, which is very annoying. I probably should have thought of it. The fact that I had Mummy didn't even cross my mind, so I should have just stayed in and Thunder Waved him. But, yeah, whatever. Well, I mean, if I stayed in, he'd still get Mummy, but it would have worked out better. So, I go to Alomomola. I know I can, take a hit or two because it's so bulky and takes so much damage to kill. Look at that HP, 534. So I go for the Scald, hoping to get a burn, but that's going to do like nothing. I'm like, oh god, this guy's got a lot of HP. And yeah, so I figure here I go for the Toxic. I could have wished and like been more cautious that way and like taken more turns and healed up, and because he's not doing half and etc etc. But I figure I can take another hit, so it's fine. I'm just going to go for the Protect here, stall the poison a little bit, gain a little bit of extra leftovers just in case Min-Max wants to screw me over and cause me to take more damage than I did last time. But that's not the case. So now I'm going to go for the Wish, knowing that I can take a Frustration fairly safely, and I do. So that's excellent. Wish is going up, and now I'm basically just going to Protect because I sort of have to, because I don't want to die. and I don't want him to kill me. But he's going to switch out knowing that I'm going to protect. I almost wanted to Scald just because, he's racking up poison and stuff. But I figure, again, it's like if he switches, he gets a free switch. If I don't protect, I die. And that is not good. And I waste a wish. So it's always better to be safe than sorry. In this kind of situation, I'm using a Probo Pass. Gonna Scald him. It's super effective stab. Unfortunately, that really does nothing because the Lomomo's special attack is pretty shit too. I believe it's like 60 or something. He pulls out the Zap Cannon on me. And that's really annoying because that hit. And that means I get paralyzed and it does a lot of damage. I'm like, why don't you just have Thunder Wave? That's really kind of odd, but okay. I'm going to switch out to Piloswine here because, again, as I explained before, he can't do anything to me unless he has, like, Rock Slide, but I don't think he will. He probably has Earth Power since that's a far better move because, if you're immune to Electric, then Earth Power does a lot, especially if you're, like, Ground Rock or Ground Steel, which a lot of the NU Pokemon are. So I'm going to go for the Earthquake this time. I don't care if his Swallow or his Jump Plus switch in. They're both at half or less, and Ice Shard will kill them. So, yeah, Earthquake does a lot of damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't do enough to take out Slacking, so I'm going to switch to a Lomomola. I'm paralyzed. I'm at low health. Might as well just kind of let it go. I could have went to Granbull and Intimidated and stuff, but, like I said, a Lomomola is probably not going to be doing too much. I figure he's going to want to switch out here on the Protect, so I'm going to go for the Wish, but I get paralyzed, which is unfortunate because that means I don't get a Wish. And, yeah, so here I'm going to Protect just to, basically waste PP because he's choiced. And Hydro Pump's kind of around, I think that's 3 or 4 uses he got. Well, I think that's 4 here. But I was hoping maybe just to be able to leave the Hydro Pump, but I don't. And that really sucks. So I'm going to go to my Magmortar. And, I'm Scarfed. Take him out, right? But he's actually Scarfed. And that's what sucks about a Lomomola. Its special defense is 40 and its HP is like, what, 160 or something? So when a hit is Scarfed, it looks Specs because it just does so much raw damage, like a special hit. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. But, not a big deal. I'm going to go to my Mesprit. I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt because I'm Specs, and that's going to do a lot. And I should be able to take a Scarf hit. He's going to go to Swallow and go for the U-turn, not wanting to take a Thunderbolt. I could have switched out to Granbull here, but I figured just stay and go for the Thunderbolt, and that's going to do quite a bit of damage to anything. And, yeah, the only thing is that I'm kind of losing the reason why I wanted Mesprit in the first place, because he can take a Hydro Pump. So I could have switched out, but again, switching out a lot. Eventually, Rocks would have racked up enough where the Hydro Pump would have killed me. So I just stay in. He's going to go for the Pain Split because, again, unless he wants to risk a Zap Cannon miss, I don't even know if that would kill because Mesprit's just naturally bulky. So I go for the Thunderbolt as he goes for the Pain Split. I go for the Thunderbolt again, takes him out. He's going to go into Swallow. I don't really care at this point. I'm just going to let him kill me, and that's fine. I'm going to go into Granbull here. I could have went into my Piloswine to get off a hit and kill him, but what I want to do is, I know here he's not going to be able to kill me with Facade because of Intimidate, and I'm just going to go for the Heal Bell, wake up my sleeping Leafeon, and then now that he has a Scarfed Simipour as his last threatening Pokemon to me, if he goes for Hydro Pump on my Piloswine, he kills it, but then I go to Leafeon and I resist that and take him out easily with a Leaf Blade. So, yeah, and I know he's going to go into Jump Off here because A, nothing's asleep, so he can't put it to sleep, and B, it can't do anything to Leafeon. So, yeah, he can Subseed me and stuff. Well, he can sub, but he can't Leech Seed me because I'm Grass type. And he can put me to sleep, but eventually I'm going to wake up and kill him. So it's he has to go into it first. So he does, and I go into Piloswine. I take him with an Ice Shard. He's going to go for the Blizzard here, and that's going to do very little damage. But if you notice, he hit, 4 or 5 Hydro Pumps, Blizzard, and a Zap Cannon. So that's kind of annoying that he hit every single of his little very low accuracy hits. Oh, he also hit Sleep Powder too, which is 75. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But, I mean, hey, it all worked out in the end because I ended up beating him. And I had a lot of fun because Piloswine is actually a really good Pokemon. He's got quite a lot of attack, and he's just got the dual stab and Stealth Rocks. And he's just fairly naturally bulky. He's got high base HP, so I enjoy using him. If you're wondering, he's max HP, Adamant, max attack, with the 4 attacks that you saw me use. So, and he's got a Violite for his item, obviously, because it's not Life Orb or Lefties. And it's obviously not choiced. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. Like I said, I had a lot of fun with it. Piloswine doing well made me happy, because I've used him a couple times, and he wasn't as... Well, you saw it, the one a couple weeks ago where like I missed Icicle Crash on Torterra first turn and kind of stuff like that. So all in all, good battle, and I hope you guys had fun. Peace out.